I'm going to show you guys two different braids today. One is the French braid and the other one is the Dutch braid. Girls can do this to their friends and they will come out looking like they just came out of a beauty salon. And guys can do this to their daughters whenever they get older before school. The materials you will need is a hairbrush. Make sure that the bristles are strong. You're going to need a hair tie and some rubber elastics. For my first braid, it's going to be the French braid. You're going to start off by grabbing a section of the hair and dividing it into 3 pieces. You're going to take your outer right strand and you're going to go over the middle. You're going to do the same thing with the left strand. Go over. You're going to add pieces of hair into your outer strands and go over the middle. And you're going to do the same thing with the left side. Just keep adding strands of hair into your outer strand and make sure that our hair is not tangled at all. So you might want to brush it a few times maybe before. Whenever I was younger, my grandpa told me how to braid hair for the first time by using rope. He actually used to braid rope whenever he was younger and taught me how. You're going to keep braiding the hair and adding strands in until you run out of hair to add. Fun fact, braids actually came from ancient Egypt around 3500 BC and was passed down to the African culture. If their hair gets tangled through your fingers, you can just run your hand down the strand to keep it from tangling. And once you have run out of hair to add into your strands, you're going to just braid it normally how you have been braiding it. So take your left strand, go over the middle, your right strand, go over the middle, all the way down until you have reached the end. When you reach the end of your hair and you have no more hair to braid, you will take one of your elastics and just secure the braid in. I usually use 2 elastics because maybe sometimes one of them might break. And this is your French braid. The other braid I'm going to do is called the Dutch braid. It's kind of like the French braid, but instead of taking your outer strands and going over, you're going to go under. So you're going to take your left one and go under the middle, and then you're going to take your right strand and go under the middle, adding hair in. I like to keep the hair in between my middle finger and ring finger, and then a strand in between my index finger and my thumb. Doesn't really matter. Just whatever works for you and is comfortable. You're going to keep adding strands in and just go under the middle. I like to call this braid the dino. At the end of the braid, you will see why I call it dino braid. Kind of reminds me of a dinosaur and how the braid sticks out. I just recently started learning how to braid hair. I have a sister and she does sports and she likes her hair being braided before sports in the games. So I had to learn this year and I think it's fun. If you want your braid to be tighter, you're going to take smaller sections of hair instead of bigger sections. I'm taking bigger sections so it's a little looser and bigger. When you run out of hair to add, you're just going to finish off the braid how you normally will braid. So you're going to just braid under the middle, all the way down until you run hair. When you run out of hair to braid, you're going to secure it with an elastic. And that is your French and Dutch hair. As you can see, the Dutch hair, it sticks out a little farther, so I like to call it the dino. And the French hair braid is in your head. Braiding hair, I think, is pretty fun, and I think you'll enjoy it too once you braid your friend's hair. That's braiding hair.